Like I said, I realize that this is the most ridiculous first world problem to complain about or like cry about, but it's important to me, so. Good morning. I don't think I slept any last night. I was just thinking about my through hike of the Oregon Coast Trail, what I want it to look like. And what I want it to look like is a through hike. I want my footsteps to connect. That being paired with being conflicted about doing so many road walks. And I'm fine with doing road walks here and there. But like, it's very frequently in the next sections that they're going to be road walks, and they're long sections. Right now today would be a 12-mile road walk, and I road walked all day yesterday. It's like 20-something miles. My Oregon Coast Trail through hike, I think, is no longer going to be a through hike because my footsteps aren't going to connect. I'm pretty sure. No, I'm not pretty sure. I am taking the bus to Tillamook, so that will cut out some miles. And then my next decision once I get to Tillamook is do I do the road walk to continue onto the red line? Or there's an option where at Tillamook, I transfer to a different bus and I go to Chinook Winds. And I would be skipping about 62 miles of trail. The reason for that would be, once I get into Tillamook, I still have a road walk to get to be on the red line. And then once I'm on a trail, I pop back out, I'm on the road for a while. And then I'm on the ocean, and then I'm back up on the road. And then low tide this morning was at 5:34, and so the sections I'm going through, you have to do at low tide. And if not, you have to walk Highway 101. So it's like, I can't win right now. So, yeah. This is the end of my through hike. Things I wanted to say while in that rant, but forgot. Could this be a continuous footpath? For sure. I don't want a road walk. Am I disappointed in myself? Yes. But also, I feel like I'm gonna feel freedom once I get on this bus and I blue blaze or bus blaze, because after I do it once, I'm like, who says I can't do the bus again when I come to another road walk? So it kind of gives me some freedom to hike my own hike. Instead of being in like a purist mentality of hiking every mile, which is hard for me because like, I want to walk the red line, but as much as I want to walk the red line, I don't this time. Like I do, but I don't. I don't know, guys. I guess I'm just trying to justify it so I don't feel as much like a failure. Like I failed a through hike because of through hike attempt. So I'm gonna hike the Oregon coast, just not continuous footsteps. Sorry if I let you down. Why I'm so conflicted about this, I don't know. I don't want to disappoint myself and not do the red line because I'm capable of it. I'm at the bus stop. And the thing is, if I take this bus, I'm going to take more buses. Like, this one's the hardest because, like, this is what will break my footsteps. What a first world thing to cry about. I don't think I'm ready to break my footsteps yet. I'm gonna keep walking. Doing the freaking walk. Like I said, I realize that this is the most ridiculous first world problem to complain about or like cry about, but it's important to me, so. Now the thing about this is, if later on in my hike I take the bus and break my steps, I'm gonna be so mad at myself for not bus blazing sooner. "11 and a half more miles on 101, and then I'll come out to the ocean for a little bit, I think. Well, I don't know if I can because I already missed low tide, but 11 more miles on 101. I would say what I'm looking forward to is if there's a Subway in Tillamook, and my mom gave me a Subway gift card, so it's not all bad. It's 7:30 in the morning, so the creamery's not in the cards for me. Whoa. Goodwill. No! It's 7:45, and I just looked at the hours for Subway. They open up at 9. Ah! There's McDonald's though. Again, 9 in the morning. Swing and a miss. I'm coming for you. Bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit, hash browns, and some grape jelly for wraps later. That's where I'm gonna be heading. I'm gonna mail off a couple more things. Lighten my load. .3 miles till beach access. Well, this should be fun. Made it to a privy. At what point did someone wake up and think, you know what? Let's make this a trail. It is 11:39. No update. Just walking on the road still. There's 3 jets that have been flying around me. There's one up there. Is that showing up on the camera? Yeah, I can see the ocean. So I'm going to that corner over there, and I missed low tide this morning to go around it, so at high tide it says to scramble over the rocks. And then I'll go up over this, and I think there's a viewpoint out there. I just completed a 12-mile road walk, so I'm treating myself to a lunch break. Airing out my feet, resting those dogs. I'm gonna relax before I go up and over. This should be interesting. Right now I'm checking out this rock scrambles situation to see if I needed to do the alternate. So I didn't come here at low tide, so I think normally you might be able to cross through there. But people said if you come at mid-time that you could scramble up and over, because I need to get to the other side of it. I don't know, guys. So I'm gonna have to walk back and do the alternate. Yuck. On second thought, I don't want to have to climb back down again and get my camera. My adrenaline is pumping. I just climbed up this, around the cape. Wow. I came from down there. Climbed up, and now my trail's over there to the left. Okay, to start this climb I gotta get up there where it says trail. This is why it said the trail was closed. There was a landslide, but the far out comment said that if you go slow you can get around it. So I'm gonna put the phone away and see how dense it is. It wasn't too bad. There was a path of footsteps already over it. This is what it looks like on the backside. Finished my climb in the woods, and now more road walk. It's fine. I feel like my legs came in today, so I'm glad about that. That bench is calling my name. Well, the water shut off here. My next water's in 4.2 miles. I'm out of water for 4.2 miles. Ugh. I was banking on it here. This is called the octopus tree. Next stop, Oceanside, on the road. hiker trash. Beautiful out there. Oops. It's beautiful out there. Here's a little market and deli food haul. We got chips and guacamole, one banana, and meat and cheese. I have one tortilla left, and a Gatorade. It is 5:22. I've done 18, 19 so far today, and 6 more till a state park campground. They'll put me at like 25 for the day, so I mean, I'm gonna have to make it to the 6-mile campground, so I have to do the 25 because it's a road walk, so can't sleep on the road. Back on my death march. There's no shoulder over there. Kind of one here. It's 6:30. I have about 3.5 miles left. My feet are feeling it. All this road walking today is hurting. I'm coming up on the sign for the Cape Lookout State Park. It says campground full. However, hiker-biker sites are not reservable. They're for walk-ins. 1 mile. 25 miles later. It is 7:38. I just got my hiker-biker site. Home for the night. And in the night, watching the sunset from my tent, I did 25 and some change. I'm at Cape Lookout State Park, and I did not take the bus this morning. This is where I'm supposed to take this morning, the North Trail. It's the actual trail, but in far out there's comments that it's closed, and I called the office just now and they're like, yeah, it's closed. And so I feel like it's really crappy that there isn't any signage on this or around this area that says, hey, it's closed, you're gonna come to a suspension bridge that's out and you can't go any farther. Good morning. It's a misty morning. I just checked the forecast though, it doesn't show rain, but it's for sure misting. I woke up about 7 o'clock, checked my phone, saw that it was 7, went back to bed till 8. Took 3 ibuprofen for breakfast. I am headed to dump some trash, fill up my water, and then starting my road walk. I packed my Garmin away inside my tent. It's a little bit after 10 o'clock. It's still misting, so threw the poncho on. I don't feel like there's rain in the forecast, but I don't know. I would normally be starting on the North Trail out of Cape Lookout State Park. However, it's closed because I think there's a suspension bridge out. And so the North Trail connects to the South Trail, which takes me to my next spot. So I'm gonna have to do a little backtracking. I'm gonna go to Cape Lookout Road. That's gonna connect me with the South Trailhead, and then I'll continue on that. So starting off with a little road walk. I made it out to Cape Lookout Road. That sign showing Pacific City, that's where I'm gonna be able to eat. It's definitely raining. I would say a heavy mist. Anderson's Viewpoint. Okay. This 2.5 mile road walk has been all uphill. I'm drenched with sweat. I feel like I just climbed a 4,000 footer in New Hampshire. Holy moly. Hard climb. Holy crap. Who let the dogs out? Taking the South Trail. I just hit 100 miles on the Oregon Coast Trail. When there's a bench in the woods. You have to sit on it. I made it down to the beach. I have it all to myself. There's a bunch of them. I am beach walking for about 3 miles. I'll pop out down there. Big Daddy jelly. Holy crap! It's the first one like this I've seen with the orange on it. Holy moly! Here's my foot for size comparison. Interesting. Is this normal to have so many jellyfish washed up? Oh, this one's heavy. Holy moly, this guy's heavy. I just crossed into an area where ATVs can ride, and instead of stepping through this water, came up here to their trail. When you're down to the last food in your bag, still miles away from food. Cheers. It's giving salty sweet. So I'm getting ready to come to a tide alert to go over these sand flats. And the reason I'm whispering is because I'm at a hiker-biker camp editing right now. So this is far out saying, hey, this is a tide alert. You have to take the blue place if it's not low tide. So the blue place is 5 miles long. 0 out of 10 for this walk around the flats. The sand is not compact. So because it is not low tide, the sand flats are covered. So you could go over there, but I have to take the blue blaze up here. I just looked to see how long this alternate is. It's a 5.2 mile road walk, and the 5.2 won't count towards my trail miles today. I need to get a different hobby. There's a far out comment that says there's a gas station at the intersection of this road and the next one I have to get on. So I'm really looking forward to that. I have my fingers crossed that it's actually there, because the only thing I have left for food is tortilla chips, and I'm not gonna make it to Pacific City tonight, so banking on that. I see at least 3 deer in this field eating. Way up there on the road, let me see if I can stop. Right there is a hiker. I think they have like a lime green pack cover possibly. When I was walking in the sand today, I saw big footprints with trekking pole holes. Might be them. I made it to the gas station. I have an interesting resupply of bagels, cream cheese, chips, Big Newton, Gatorade, M&Ms, and a gas station burger. All right, back on the road after a gas station cheeseburger and a resupply, got a Gatorade. 2.5 more miles on this alternate, and then shortly after that there's a campground. So pretty sure I'm gonna set up there. A little disappointed with how things turned out with the alternate, because I want to be making miles, but it's basically 5 that don't count. But it is what it is. It's not raining, not at work, so pretty good day. Up there's my campground. You gotta see this view from my front door.
I'm going to go ahead and close out the day. I walked somewhere between 14-ish miles. Only like 8 of them were considered like trail miles that will count towards my mileage. I think I'm at mile marker like 107 maybe. And then those other 6-ish miles were road walks that didn't count. So I had to walk 2.5 miles on the road instead of doing the north trail so I could connect with the south trail. And then I had to do a 5.2 road alternate to get around the flats. So that's where we're at. I'm at mile marker like 107, only like 300-ish more. I just saw something outside of my tent. This is from the campground host, Kelly. Thank you, Kelly. She likes to craft. She made me a magnet of working.